Hello YouTube, Nick the Guy 93 here with my first video where I'm not making Zelda music. I will be doing a lot of other things other than Zelda music. I have the theme for Nightmare on Elm Street that I'm working on right now in GarageBand. Most of the tracks are finished. I'm just trying to screw around with some synthesizers and get some background noises on it. But this video is actually here. We are going to review, well, I'm going to review The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. There's not much to say about it in terms of actual gameplay. It's stayed the same since the version for the N64. The graphics have been updated, which basically everybody on planet Earth knows. All the music stayed the same and everything. I don't think there's any way any Zelda fan could not like this game. I mean, it was a step in the right direction for Nintendo when they decided to re-release the Ocarina of Time for the 3DS. It definitely boosted sales for a little while. In terms of music, for the people that were able to buy Ocarina of Time 3D, or whether they pre-ordered it or whatever, they were actually able to get a hold of this through Club Nintendo, which I don't. It is the collector's edition soundtrack to Ocarina of Time 3D, and it's a great collection of songs. It doesn't have as many as the version for the N64 did, which was ridiculous amount. I mean, they had a lot of useless stuff like sound effects for opening the treasure chest, which made no sense to me because one of the tracks would be as you're opening the treasure chest, and then the song that plays when you get the item. So there was a lot of useless tracks, so to speak. But this one this narrows it down a lot. You got a lot of more basic songs. The title theme, the Deku Tree, Navi, when she flies to Link's house in the beginning, when you're inside the house, Kokiri Forest, Hyrule Field, the Town Market, Lon Lon Ranch, Zelda's theme, Kakariko Village. A lot of the basic tracks that you care about more so, which is better. Because, instead of sitting there wasting like 5 seconds over something, I mean, unless you really like that song, I guess it's not that big of a deal. So in terms of the actual game cartridge for Ocarina of Time 3D, it doesn't differ very much from, well, for any 3DS cartridge, not just Ocarina of Time. It doesn't differ greatly from the original DS cartridges, other than the little ridge here that juts out. I don't know what the purpose of that is. But yeah, so that's basically the only difference. I will hopefully be able to get some gameplay footage of Ocarina of Time 3D up and running on my channel. And when you get it, you also get a Celebrate 25 Years of the Legend of Zelda little booklet. And basically, inside it talks about the Skyward Sword and the Wii Shop channel, where it advertises the new games that it has: The Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, and Majora's Mask. In terms of news for Skyward Sword, it's nothing big. It just gives a brief overview. Nothing to, I don't know what the word for it is, exciting. It just says lift your sword and live an all-new legend this fall in an epic prequel to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. The precision of Wii Remote Plus, yada 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 yada, be able to move and pinpoint your aim and all that. Sprawling lands, devious puzzles, and mysterious characters away. Isn't that what they said about Twilight Princess? So you get that, and then obviously your Ocarina of Time booklet, but I mean the controls are pretty straightforward. I mean anybody can figure it out. And of course your Club Nintendo booklet, which comes with your code. Yeah. And some people are probably thinking if you pause the video right about now, you can figure that code out. There's no point because it's already registered. So that's basically the game in itself. And as I said, the game doesn't differ greatly from the N64. So people who have played it back when it came out, such as myself, you'll be very familiar with it. Now, fortunately, throughout the years, God must have loved me because my N64 still works, so I've been able to play Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask over the years. And, I've been able to keep a fresh vision of Ocarina of Time with me. But it was still nice to play it on the 3DS with the 3D features. So it's definitely a must-buy, even if it's your first time playing Zelda, the first Zelda game you're ever going to play. It's a good one to start with. And the last thing I'm just going to talk about is the actual 3DS system, but more so specifically the shell that I found for it, which is this. Now, I really can't say where to get this. I got this at a GameStop in West Hartford, Connecticut, in the United States. I haven't seen one in Canada. Well, I haven't traveled Canada. I'm in Ontario, so I really can't say if they're in Canada. They might be. I haven't seen any. And even at that, this was like the only one that I found, so I was lucky beyond belief. So it's a basic, protective shell for the actual 3DS system. It's pretty sturdy. I haven't whipped it against a wall to test the durability of it, but it feels good. And when you're playing, it's got decent space. You're not too cramped. You can even do that if you want. But it's a good collector's item for the Zelda Ocarina of Time build. And so that's basically that. As I said, I'm going to try and get some gameplay footage up of Ocarina of Time 3D. I've played through both the standard game and the Master Quest. So if you have a question, you can post it on my profile, or you can request a video walkthrough, and I'll see what I can do for you. As of now, probably the best thing I can do is probably reply to you with the walkthrough. There is a walkthrough you can get for the game, but I don't have it. They offered to me at GameStop when I bought Ocarina of Time, but I didn't need it. Let's face it, only the noobs needed it. I don't mean to offend the new Zelda players. It's just that basically all I'm trying to say is if you haven't played Ocarina of Time and this is your first time playing it, you have to suffer through the water temple just like we did. So that's it for this quick review. Out of 10, I give Ocarina of Time a 10. Ocarina of Time 3D. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's a fun game. It hasn't changed a bit. Still got that bit of nostalgia, and you still get that great satisfaction of playing through it. And it's a great game. Hopefully, my next video talking to you guys will be a quick discussion about Operation Moonfall, which is a movement to get Majora's Mask on the 3DS. See you guys.